So we're here, Lauren Etheridge, but just, Lauren, you talked to us a little bit about how, first off, you got started with cross country.
So I in high school was running college track, or I was running track in high school, and then my coach, my junior year, asked me to run cross country, and so I started running cross country and just kind of used it more as a training tool to get ready for the track season. And then once I got to that college level, same thing. I was recruited to run 400 hurdles and ended up being more of a middle distance runner, so 800, 1500-meter runner. So again, training with that cross country team. So that's how I got really kind of plugged in the cross country world. Really just I enjoy running still to this day. So I run pretty regularly, almost every day. So still on that distance side of things. And then when I was about to graduate college, I kind of didn't know what I was going to do. And about a month before I graduated, I got an opportunity to go to grad school and be a graduate assistant and kind of go the whole cross country and strength and conditioning route there. So I continued that with cross country coaching. And then here today, being able to coach cross country as a head coach at USC Aiken.
So talk to us a little bit about going from AUM to USC Aiken and how that came about.
Yeah, so I was actually, I was down in Alabama, and I was a graduate assistant for cross country, and we were going to a meet. I can't remember what meet we were traveling to. And the coach I was helping with, he got an email and looks at me and he was like, "Hey, are you possibly interested in a head coaching position?" And I was like, "Sure, possibly." I'm like, "What is it? Where is it?" And he was like, "Well, it's USC Aiken. I know the AD. Him and I are buddies. We're friends." And he was like, "I can probably get you connected and plugged in." And I was like, "Sure, why not?" And so basically, just long story short, I applied when the position opened. I had the connections, knew through Ryan down on AUM, the connections here at USC Aiken. I was able to kind of get plugged in, applied, interviewed, and was able to be offered that job. And it was really an exciting experience for me because being a young coach, I wasn't sure if I had a good shot just because I didn't have a whole lot of experience under my belt. But for the department at USC Aiken to take a chance on me, for the AD to take a chance on me to be the head coach at USC Aiken was really exciting and overwhelming at the same time because I was like, oh, wow, I'm going from a GA to, I have to run a team. And I was like, well, I love challenges, so I saw this as a great opportunity to test what I knew and put it into practice.
So talk to us a little about, recruiting your first team and what that was like on both the men's and women's side.
Yeah, so the recruiting process was definitely a little bit stressful starting right off just because coming in a little bit later in that process, just being when I was hired. So it was definitely kind of scrambling as much as possible. That was really the big thing when I got here to just start, was just get on the ground running, no pun intended there, to get recruits. So I was, had to get basically both sides up and going again on the women and men's side. So we did take from, I reached out to people on campus, tried to see if any local students, local kids were interested as far as, on campus and then are close around the area. And we were able to get definitely some local kids from the Aiken area, Augusta area. So that definitely made it a little bit easier just to make our team super close in it of itself just because of our location.
What was the highlight of the first year for both teams for you?
I think the highlight was just we had a lot of different things thrown our way last year that kind of were unforeseen. And my team was able to just roll with the punches the whole time. I think just the character of our team and just being able to adapt to what's given is something I'm super proud of. And I think one of the highlights was at our conference race last year. Every meet, our runners were running their fastest times, and by conference, we raced our best. And so I think as a coach, even just on the performance side of things, it's always rewarding when you have your athletes running their fastest times, placing higher in the conference than maybe they expected. And I think that was something on their end as well as on my end that we were super excited about, just kind of seeing their progression in times from the beginning of the season to the end and how much growth we all had as a team and as individuals.
What is it like, working with a dual sports student out year?
Yeah, I've actually, having those experiences, being able to have dual sport athletes on my team have been super rewarding. I think it helps all of us grow as a department together, as we have to work really well as far as practice times, racing schedules. The athletes that we've been able to bring in from both different sports have been super like positive, motivated, and excited to, give back to the programs, whether it's their main sport or if they're just helping out and wanting to give cross country a shot. So I think that's been a great experience on both ends as an athlete and a coach.
What does it feel like for you to be the only female in our conference as a head coach for both teams and at your age also?
Yeah, I think to me, like I knew that about our conference, but I didn't know that was about how many we had in our region. So I definitely think that's really exciting to me. I find that super awesome, and the fact that hopefully this will pave the way for more women to be head coaches, not just for the women's side of a team, but for men. I think it shows that we can do both, not just our own gender and as far as coaching. I definitely, I've gained the respect of my men and women. And I think maybe that's kind of where sometimes there can be, that hesitation of hiring a female head coach is just, will the guys respect the female? And, I think if you set your expectations and what you want to accomplish, they're going to buy into the program. And when you show that you work hard, you want the best for them, like they buy in, and there's no, issues with that at all. So I think, just being able to pave the way, especially as a young head coach, for other female potential head coaches in the future to, take that shot, take a chance, and, see where we can go with it. And especially when in the world of athletics, it's more male dominated as a head coach, and the female is going to be more of an assistant coach. So hopefully we can kind of even that out, and I think taking that next step in the right direction and hopefully pave that way.
Right now, you're not just the cross-country coach for the men, but also the strength coach. So talk about what challenges do you face between doing both things?
Yeah, so the biggest challenge being the strength and conditioning coach and coaching cross-country is just the time. I think, because I definitely want to invest all my energy in whoever I'm working with, whether it's in the weight room or if it's my cross-country team. I want to give my all to whoever I'm working with. So I think just timing is the biggest kind of issue, not really issue, but just factor of figuring out how to keep scheduling and also scheduling times for me to kind of rest too. So, but it's been great so far.
Well, we're looking forward to the most for year two and under you for men's women's cross country.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see kind of where we can take that next step for our cross country program. The recruits that we brought in this year, the team that we have, we're definitely going to take that next step, that next stride, moving up within our conference at that conference meet. So I'm really pumped to kind of see where we are able to step up from last year and just make those extra gains. So that's kind of where I'm super excited, and especially since we get to have a season this year in the fall, just can't wait to see where we get to in the conference meet.
I was going to talk about karate, but we'll just do the karate.
Oh, should I say karate?
No, we'll just do karate stuff a different day at some point. But today, karate with Lauren.
Cha.
You're good.